What's up, y'all? What's going on? How we doing? I had a shitty fucking afternoon. Let me put the link in the chat. All right, links in the chat. Anybody wants to call in? Pinned. Good to go. Man, Attorney Bailey, you in here? Is Attorney Bailey in here? Oval, what's up? No slurping. What's up, Rich? My son, who's 11, picked up a kid in school and they were messing around, and he picked up a kid and then let the kid go, right? And one other kid just did it with him beforehand. He picked up a kid, dropped him, and the kid for some reason didn't stop his fall and hit his head. Fell back, hit his head, right? I guess he got like a slight concussion. Again, my son picked him up. So they were taking it, hey, can you lift up so-and-so? So one kid did it, lifted him up. The kid wasn't being like, no, don't. He didn't care. And so my son lifted him up too. And then when he let him go, the kid's feet were only this much off the ground. He lifted him up like this from behind. When he let him go, the kid, for some reason, didn't brace his fall and fell and hit his head. This already happened, Clarissa. He fell and hit his head. And they had to rush him off to the emergency room, the kid. They didn't have to. He was a little dizzy. His head hurt, so they rushed him off. Turned out he had a... No, I'm doing my live. Oh, sorry. Just shut the door, please. It's okay, no problem. Just shut the door. Thank you. Did you shut it? Okay. That was my son. So the kid falls, hits his head. So the school ends up calling the emergency room. This is the last day of school. The fucking parents are pressing charges. So now my son has to appear in juvenile court under the basis that they're saying that the kid didn't give him permission. And I'm like, two kids right before that lifted him up. They were just playing around. They were 11. He's taking him to juvenile court. Like, he could literally be sentenced. Like, look, the cops and everybody in the case are like, look, nothing's going to really happen. They're probably, at worst, if they find him guilty, he has to go to therapy or something. But they might not even find him guilty because it was an accident. But it's the parents' right to press charges because they're saying the kid didn't give him permission to put his hands on him. There's witnesses of them just lifting him up, but there's no witnesses of, I don't think there's witnesses of the kid being like, no, stop, don't do it. So I don't really, but even if the kid did say, stop, let me go, they were fucking playing around. It was an accident. I hate this state, man. I hate it here. I do. There's fucking rules and the laws out here. You know, I told you what happened with him before. He says something about Swiss cheese. Cops come to your house and search for guns. And an 11-year-old's house, a room for guns in this fucking state. He mentioned Swiss cheese in school. I'm going to Swiss cheese you, he says, right? Totally joking. Not even to anybody in general, just shouting it out because random kids are shouting out shit to make each other's laugh. He says that. He didn't even know what it means. He thinks it means because when they play video games, they say, yo, I just Swiss cheesed you. He thinks it means just beat you in a game or like I'm better than you. They fucking penalize, like they treat him like he's some kind of a mass murderer. And now, so he gets suspended 4 days for that, which is bullshit. Comes back the last day of school. They're picking that kid up playing. You know what I mean? Like they pick him up from behind, like I guess like hands under the armpit like this. Like they're like, oh, can you lift this kid? Because I guess he's a little bit of a smaller kid. They want to see if they're strong enough. One kid did it. Okay, cool. Can you lift him? Then my son. Can you lift him? My son. Yeah. Then my son let go, and the kid just didn't brace his fall. And now he's being taken to juvenile court for this because the mother pressed charges. I don't think anything could happen to my son. From what I understand, I think he will even prove that it wasn't that it was a complete accident. It wasn't even intentional. That's why I was late for the live, by the way. That's why I didn't come on, an hour ago or whatever I said I was supposed to come on. These are the times when I wish. These are the things about having kids that sucks, because you got to, I could take care of myself, but nah, the kid's Hispanic, Dave. He might be Mexican. My son goes to a mostly Hispanic and black school, so you're wrong with that one. The kid that he picked up was Hispanic. Might even be one of your people's. I'm not sure what race, but he's definitely not white. My kid's one of the only fucking white kids. They call him white boy. They fuck with him. They call him one of the only white kids in the school. Connecticut's whack. We're gonna move, man. As soon as we get a little cake, we're moving it back to New York. I don't know if it's gonna be New York State, like Westchester or the city, but we're moving. What's up, Wavy? I wish Attorney Bailey was in here. Appreciate you, Joe. Jose. Yeah, and not only that, but they're gonna make my son now feel like a fucking criminal. They make him feel like a mass murdering, abusive criminal, because he said Swiss cheese, and he picked a kid up from behind. Which, in my age, at 11, we were fist fighting. We were body slamming each other. Like, literally, I remember picking up a kid and fucking throwing him on the floor and elbow dropping him, like, hard. Like talk about Charmin. So fuck Charmin. Cotton soft. It's fucking wild. What are you doing? He's 11. His balls haven't even dropped yet. Go to New Jersey? Nah, I ain't going to fucking New Jersey. I just went through the whole story, Wavy, but he picked up a kid from behind playing. A bunch of kids were picking up this one kid who's a little smaller from behind to see if they could lift him. Right? And the kid was, from what I understand, wasn't resisting. And then my son picks him up, and then he lets him go, and the kid, for some reason, doesn't brace his fall. Right? And he hits his head on the floor, gets a slight concussion. So the parents file assault charges with the police. So now my son has to go to fucking juvenile court for it. How is that even a fileable charge? They said that he didn't give his permission. That's what the officer was saying. Like, the report says he didn't give his permission. I'm like, well, I heard he didn't resist at all. He did not give his permission. The fuckers. There's some white bread shit. Yeah, well, guess what? It's all Hispanic and black school. So you're wrong with that one. Tackling, pushing. I know. We did wild shit. No, I don't think he's fighting again. My son KO'd a kid that had been hitting him for a couple days in the back, and they freaked out. I told my son, next time they pick him up, KO him again for the mom. Alberto's cousin. Swiss cheese doesn't seem like a big deal. It's a different world today, Marco. I know. Soft, yeah. Soft as implants. It's fucked up. And these hormones are kicking in, right? They're coursing through his veins like a gamma ray blast. These hormones are hitting these kids like a gamma ray blast, and they're all hulking out. They're incredible hulking out. That's a fact, Mo. What's the picture of Wild? Let me see. Where is he? What's the picture? Why is he wild? He's showing his good hairline and his rugged good looks. Don't be mad. Don't be mad that Iraq is a handsome fella. Smear the queer. I don't know what that is. Mine got in trouble for throwing a bit of water on a kid. Trouble or juvenile court? Big fucking difference. You Smear the CJ Jizzles. CJ, do you reject that nickname? Well, if America wasn't the capital of school shootings, then maybe kids could be kids. That's a fact. Yeah, I wish he was in here. I wish he was. I mean, what he's really can tell me the same thing. It's just gonna be a slap on the wrist, if anything. I think we could prove that he didn't even do anything, like on purpose, like complete accident. Like it shouldn't even be in a court. But even if it was on purpose, right? Well, let's say the kid said, "Let me down." He picks him up and drops him. Like that's such a minor thing. Even if it's not like he's fucking on top of him, pummeling him, or like elbow dropping him, or you know what I'm saying, stealing cars. Dude's a clown. I would debate him. I'm not scared of him. Mo is a good one. Yo, episode about Weeby Marco's killed. Huh? My hair. Saul Goodman. Better Call Saul. Recent interview, Crawford said New York is dirty, and that's what he said when I was hanging out with him, going down on the elevator. Somebody was like, "Yo, Bud, you like New York?" He's like, "Nah, it's dirty." And I was like, "Yeah, I agree with you. I grew up here. The shit is dirty." And he laughed. I mean, he's kind of rude. Like he has a personality of a New Yorker. Like kind of, like you know what I'm saying? Like doesn't really talk to people, kind of like has that like what the fuck you looking at energy. He would fit in just fine. There were stabbings. Jesus. I don't know who that is, Wavy. Yeah, of course they horseplay. Now he has to go to court for it. See, because he had that other problem because of the thing that happened with the I guess what happened with the Swiss cheese. Since he had those two issues back to back, maybe that's why it's going to court now. I'm not really sure. Yeah, you wild and have another man with a tank top. That's a fact. Yeah, I feel you, Mo. Sometimes I feel that way. All right. What's for dinner? Stress. Bud is a YN at heart. I don't know what YN means. Hmm. Yeah, he does. But no, it's different though. You got a lot of different hood. There's a lot of hood dude personalities. I met like hood dudes in the South. They're mad friendly. They're still hood dudes. Hood dudes in New York are not friendly. So I wouldn't say it's a hood personality. I would say it's specifically an East Coast hood personality. Marco, didn't the sanitation in New York fail to pick up trash back in the day? I don't know because we would put it down that our building would handle that. I would just have to leave it outside. So I don't know. Hell yeah, we were. I mean, maybe, but whatever I'm saying now is what I would say in the case, which is like it was an accident. What the fuck? Oh, young N word. He's not that young. No, it's not Alberto. He doesn't show himself. Hey, who is that? Hey, Alberto, who is that? Attorney's not here when we need him. Fuck the bet. I'll send him 100 right now to cam up and debate me. Alberto, do you see this? Yeah, that's about right. He didn't seem very nice to me. He wasn't like rude, but he was almost rude to me. No, Clarissa. Remember I met him at the whole Ring magazine shoot? So we left and we took the same. I talked to him a little bit up there, but then we took the same elevator down together. That's a hero. I don't know who that is. But Yeah, Alberto's not black. I can call in. He just want me to cam up to antagonize. Well, you did it to him. Right hand, straight right hand. Hardest is a straight right hand. Or just my right hand. It's like a truck. CJ, what happened to being day 4 of being positive? That's it? Well. Tyler Perry is being sued for over $200 million for sexual assault or something. Jesus. Rolly Romero versus Shakur Stevenson next for the title. Is that a fact? What's up, Dwayne? Where you been? CJ, be a man for once in your life and debate me. Why do you think some fighters have great left hooks? God-given, maybe? Yeah, Mosley looked good. Here we go. There we go, Alberto. $100. He's gonna pay you $100 to cam up. I mean, that's a win-win. I don't think you're gonna do it though. Hood guys in NY are not friendly because they did not grow up with yards, and that's not why we're not friendly, my dear. Fuck's a yard. They got yards in the shittiest areas of Compton. I saw boys in the hood. Those dudes aren't friendly. Tyler Perry was having freak-offs in the media address. Nah, never in the liver. At least if I did, I didn't feel it. Marco, you need intellectual and vocabulary. Mark Alberto, you need intellectual and vocabulary. Oh, damn. Ain't that something? Just debate me, CJ. You don't want to show the cam. Well, after the Zapeda fight, we're going to get Clarissa and Alberto to cam up, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if it's not going to. We have young Yayan in here. Young boy. Kobe Camp, you know what taco means. Like the delicious crunchy shit you bite into? What's going on here? Why is he talking about tacos? Very confused. Ugh. I am so drained from living out here. It's like bad shit after bad shit that happens. God, I'm sick of Shakur's fans making excuses for him. You think Zapeda's going to beat him, Mo? What you think? Talk to a cracker. Yayan and Alberto. Attorney Bailey, can you add? He's not in here. I wish he was. He would probably tell me to get a lawyer, but I'm not paying for a fucking lawyer. I don't think it's necessary, but let's see what he says. Also, don't forget, his experience is only in Atlanta, right? Isn't it different in Connecticut? But maybe I'm wrong. Tell him I did it, Marco. I take the charge. No, man, that shit ain't funny. That's my son right there we're talking about. 11-year-old. That's not funny. Trump always chickens out. I don't follow politics. They don't offer public defenders. This is juvenile. It's very different. And anything that happens now gets erased at 18 off their record. Even if he was, it all gets erased. So it doesn't even matter. But
Marco, is this like a real case? I'm kind of out the loop.
Yes, it's a juvenile case now.
He's
going to court for juveniles because the kid's pressing charges. It's like, let's say you got in an altercation and you hurt somebody and they press charges on you as an adult. This is the same thing, just juvenile. So it's way lesser. He's not going to get jail. He's not. I mean, I guess he could go to juvenile detention if it was something really, really bad. You know what I mean? Like if he killed somebody or whatever.
Wait, I thought it was, you said that he had alluded to kind of doing something or?
Oh, that was the first thing. He said he
Oh,
said Swiss cheese, and he said
yeah.
that was a separate case. That was something else. Cops came, and that's the protocol in Connecticut because of all the shootings in schools here. This was a separate thing. This was a week later. He's just like was like roughhousing with his friends, and the kid accident. The kid fell, got hurt, and the parents were like pissed off and trying to press charges now.
Fuck.
Yeah, yeah. Thank God it didn't follow. Yeah, I don't follow politics on. Jose, I stopped following politics during COVID because it was like every day was so like stressful and like yeah, it was not good. Uh,
Dude's a clown, Marco. Come on, you know that.
you should cam up and get $100. What's the problem?
Why is dude scared to debate me? I'm right here.
Ah, what's up, Mike? Marco misses that shithole and why?
I think he only gets Wi-Fi like certain hours at the shelter, so he can't call in right now.
You should debate him. You should cam up, debate him. But you know what? We'll just wait until there's a pay to fight. But that's who's that? That bet's with Yayan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark, yeah, I do miss it. Angry Mexican. Have you tried sending him to boot camp or military school? Sounds like discipline in the house and the schools are. You will be kicked out of the room if you say some shit like that again. I have no politic good because I don't know the answer to any of them. Yeah, debate what? I don't know. What would the debate be? I don't really get it.
I guess dude can like air out his grievances that he has with me.
Oh, okay. Keep making up shit. Everything I say about you is fact. All right. Yayan, you there?
You.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
You hear me?
We hear you. We hear you. We hear you. Yeah. Okay. These two. Well, I guess it's not going to happen. We'll wait till there's a pay to fight, I suppose. When is that?
I'm gonna say this. I think, I think his unwillingness to cam up right now for the $100. I don't think even if I win, he gonna cam up.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But we'll see. But I agree with you. Like, why not just cam up?
Well, I was gonna say I think you guys gotta like sweeten the pot because I seen that I guess Turkey's not gonna implement 18 by 18 foot, so Shakur is gonna have more real
Oh,
estate to run in.
This dude
So
making anything.
you're changing the bet?
Yes, sir. Because now,
Ah!
if I had Cepeda's likelihood of winning with the smaller ring at like 50%, now it just went down to like 30% because it's.
Wait, when did he change the ring size?
I saw it this morning somewhere on. It was
Send
being
proof.
reported.
Send proof, and then we can see.
I can't drop link, but just trust me. You guys will hear about it later today
Oh,
or
he
tomorrow.
can't. Fuck.
Mo, you hear
So
this?
yes, yeah. So a couple days ago at the Hitchens fight, whatever Cambosis's dad leaked it. It was like, oh, I have it on good authority that it's going to be an 18 by 18 foot ring, but I don't think that was ever confirmed by the ring.
Okay.
I think it was just kind of like a rumor. So
okay. So it's not confirmed yet. So
but I came on just to talk about this Shakur Zapeda because you asked, Marco. So
okay.
I will give you an answer now. My reading of it is at first I thought, damn dude, he's gonna destroy this guy. But once I looked at like now that I see they have like they're more comparable size, they have a comparable reach and comparable height. I think Shakur is gonna beat him handily, but I don't think it's gonna be what everybody is saying, like, oh, he's gonna beat him up like Valdez and all this. I'm like, dude, Valdez was like a blown up featherweight. He had no business fighting at fucking 130. Like, dude, he literally had the juice to bulk up to 130. That dude was tiny compared to Shakur.
Oh,
So
man.
I think, and as far as I can tell, Zapeda shrinks down a lot to make 135, and from his performances with Farmer, I think he's probably nearing outgrowing the weight class. So I don't think he's that small of a guy. I expect him to be, comparable size to Shakur. So I think he'll be competitive for the first 4 rounds, but after that, I think he's just, I think Shakur's gonna beat him handily.
I do too.
But it's not. But it's not going to be like a destruction. Oh, he's going to knock him out and all this
Handedly.
crazy shit. I don't think so. I think he's just gonna, it's gonna be 8-4, 9-3. Shakur doing what he does.
So, Alberto, are you still in the bet until, or no? Now you've changed it.
I feel like now it has to be revised, to reflect the likelihood
Oh
of
my
the
god.
Zapeda winning. Marco, I'm not an idiot. Like at
This
that point,
dude's-
if the ring's bigger, he's gonna be able to run around more.
You don't Indian give bets.
He doing anything to get out the bet, man.
Anything. So, but look, as of now,
200.
as of now, that's not official.
I'll
So-
go 150, bro.
He's going 150 because he knows now the likelihood is very low.
No,
of,
he's
like,
going 150
Zapeda.
because he knows you're not going to cam up.
Do 200 then if he thinks I'm not a man of my
Bro,
word.
150, bro.
But you kind of
Do
just
200.
proved you're not a man of your word by going back on the bet.
I'm not reneging on the bet, Marco, because the ring is bigger now. I mean, the ring is smaller now. That was we agreed upon. I was under
okay. I get that, but that's not even a fact yet. That's not official.
It will come out in a few days, Marco. I promise.
Okay. Well,
Alright.
I don't know. I mean, this dude needs a big ring to win.
Exactly. Like, come on, bro. He gonna beat him regardless.
That's like if they came out with like an announcement that the gloves were gonna be like 6-ounce gloves or 8-ounce gloves. Then yeah, Yeon's gonna be like, nah, like dude's gonna get knocked out.
Nope.
Nah.
Shakur not losing.
See, you heard what Ian. You heard what Ian said.
Vlogs just matched it though. So yeah. So you got your 200, Alberto.
All right, bet.
Okay, that's a bet then.
Oh wait, but look, I don't give a fuck if Jesus is refereeing. You don't change it, right? If they say Jesus will be coming down, resurrected, and being the ref, you don't change it.
Well, Marco,
No
let's
more.
hold on.
Yeah, bro. No more.
We can't
changes.
jump the gun because I don't know. What if Zapeda? I don't know. We gotta see. It's looking like we're pretty much locked in, but we'll have to wait until like the day before the fight.
He gonna say, what if he had an injury in the fight?
Okay,
Like,
what if that whole Shakur pulls out another whole move and comes in like 3 pounds overweight?
Come on, bro.
He blew weight before already.
Well, no, that's
He a
actually
champion.
That's a good question. That is actually a good question. What if Shakur comes in overweight, but Zapeda says, "Fuck it, I'll fight you anyway"?
That's what I'm saying, Marco. Because that whole camp is full of chickens.
No. That's. I'm not. I don't agree with this chickens, but I do agree. Like that would be a disadvantage if that happens.
What do you think?
Then the bet off.
Then the bet's off. If
either of them miss weight, then the bet off.
Yeah. If he misses weight, then the bet's off. But nothing else can really be changed. They're not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't. I don't want to like give you my word on something that we're not 100% sure on. We'll have to wait until July 11th.
Give your word on as it stands now.
Yes.
Okay.
Conditionally, yes.
They don't miss weight.
Yes, conditionally, yes.
No. Okay, but wait. This Shakur is the belt holder? I don't fucking remember.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think he'll miss weight because it's for his strap, but he might because then the strap's not up. How does that work? If he misses weight and they fight, can Zapeda still win the strap as long as he?
Yeah, I think as long as he comes in under 135 or at 135.
I think Zapeda's gonna get tattooed up like he's on Ink Masters.
But he finna get stopped.
I don't think he's gonna get stopped. But
that's a Mexican warrior.
Yeah, I don't think.
All right, go ahead then.
But I think he's gonna lose. But this is gonna be good. Damn.
David Garcia said all for a dude to cam up.
No, it's true. But not only him, you forget. We also get the queen. She promises she cams up too.
And David, that just shows how confident I am in Shakur, but there's no way he's losing.
I don't think he's well. It's boxing though. Yeah,
it's like 90. I got it 90-10.
Wow, I don't have. I got it like 70. Somebody's chopping.
Mo, we can't hear you for shit. Your shit's breaking up.
What'd you say, Mo?
Look.
There you go.
You're back.
Remember,
bro, Mo, radio.
Remember that fight? Do you remember that happened in that fight?
What
happened?
Repeat it.
So those.
Am I good now?
So that carbon gas is fucking up your signal. Go ahead. No, nothing. All right.
Am I coming in?
Nah, you're chopping.
Dude's on cricket, Marco.
Nah, he's in the basement somewhere checking CO2 meters. About to pass out. Fuck it though. I'm not even making fun of him. I wish I had a job like that. Mo, when you get back in range, just talk. What was I gonna say? Oh, I got it like 70-30 or 35-65.
Oh man, I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Shakur, he the best fighter in the world right now.
You think Shakur beats? See, I used to think Tank beats him, but now I'm not so sure.
I think he beat Tank, T.O., Dev, Ryan, all them dudes.
Well,
It's not even close.
Those guys are out of the picture because they're two weight classes
Wait.
above him at this point.
I think the reason why I'm picking Zapeta, guys, is because I think all the
Because he
noise
Mexican.
No, bro. I'm picking Zapeta because I think all the noise is starting to get to dude. Like everyone's telling Shakira Twitter saying he just runs around. He delivers the most boring fights in boxing history. I think dude's gonna try to he's gonna try to go for broke. I think he's gonna try to get the stoppage, and that's gonna lead to some openings for William Zapeta. He's gonna get trapped into a Mexican style fight.
Here's what like, so I didn't really watch a lot of Zapeta at first. I saw his record. He's like an 80%, like a very high knockout percentage for a lightweight. But then when I saw him fight, I realized
No power.
It's cumulative, right? He's a cumulative dude. So with Shakur, who's so defensively sound, it's going to be very hard to be cumulative against him. So that's my.
He gonna tire himself out.
But yeah,
He don't get tired.
No, yeah, I don't know if he's gonna get tired.
He's gonna get tired.
Yeah,
I mean, because when you throwing all them punches versus dudes that you can hit easily, it's like rewarding. But like when you missing all them shots, it's not. You're gonna get frustrated and get tired and leave yourself open.
Well, here's the problem with Zapeta. The main problem is his defense.
Defense is ass.
Terrible.
He's a big earmuff defender. And with Shakur, you got to have head movement, waist movement, foot movement, something, not just earmuffs.
Yeah, Marco, I think that's to the contrary. Like what Yayan is saying, like he's not gonna get disencouraged if he's not hitting it. He's just gonna keep going and going for it. I think if anything, Shakur would benefit from fighting a Tank because Tank's not a volume or combination puncher. He's just looking to detonate that one big shot.
Right. Oval, mute yourself when you're not talking, please, because you have background noise. Thank you, sir.
Clarissa got a OnlyFans.
No, she doesn't. She's kidding. There's no way. There's no way she has OnlyFans. I bet you her husband would choke her out if she had an OnlyFans. I think she's joking. But we're ashamed to admit he can't afford a phone with a camera.
Dude, get on the stream. You're a fucking clown.
Yo, CJ, I thought what happened to 4 days of positivity? That shit just shattered today. You're having a day like me.
Marco, when I get on these lives, I don't even mention dude. That's the crazy part.
You
the dudes on here try to instigate, and I still didn't say anything.
You mention them. You're better. I'll say that. You've been way better, but you mention them. You mention them for sure. When is this Zapeta fight again?
July 12th.
Yeah,
oh, that's right. That's what I'm trying to go to. That's the annoying shit. I don't know if you guys have ever done press passes, but like they don't tell you till the fucking like 5 days before the fight if you're approved. Very annoying. Like on that Monday or Tuesday is when they send you an email, and like that's why like I don't do fights that are out of state because like I'm not gonna book shit at the last minute because you know what I mean. So I only do stuff that I could drive to.
Yeah, that's trash if you're like in Atlanta or like North Carolina.
Annoying. Yeah, I would have gone to all these. I would have gone to, if I was making a little more, once I started making a little more money from this stuff where like where like what I make with, doing this could actually pay for my travel where it makes sense. But I'm hitting up fucking Shaq hardcore for this fight. Like soon. I got to figure out when I should do it. I don't want to do it too early, but I want to be like, yo, can you get me on this fight? Maybe I should do it soon. Was it like a month away?
Me.
He already reached out. What's that?
I said like approximately like a month.
A month, yeah, a little less. So like, I don't know. I'm telling you, it's going to affect me badly. Like in my own city, I can't get because that shit already happened a couple times. So we'll see. But I'm excited for that card, and I'm probably going to be approved for the one before. You guys going to watch the all-girl card, or you don't give a shit?
No,
probably
watch the main event.
The main event. Look, we could say anything we want about those girls, but those two girls specifically are fun to watch.
That's more entertaining than any Shakur Haney fight, so I'm definitely gonna tune in.
Oh, man, this dude, This dude like watching his people get beat up. I don't know what's wrong with this guy.
Marco, be honest. Which one are you most anticipating? Like a Shakur fight or Serrano Taylor 3?
No, Shakur.
Shakur?
Yeah. Only because you're right. Serrano Taylor 3 will probably be more entertaining. I agree. But it doesn't the outcome of that fight doesn't affect the scope of the boxing that we watch. That affects women's boxing. We don't really give a fuck about that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like a little tree falling in the forest. Like.
Right. So I care more about the Shakur Zapeda fight because it's going to send a ripple, right? And it's going to affect all of put everybody on blast at 140, 135, maybe even 147. So $100 for a 10-second cam up equates $3,600 an hour, more than his annual salary. Oh,
why is dude talking about a salary when he's like on the record, like it's on YouTube? Like that's why I'm saying, Marco, I don't think this dude has a serious job. Your employer is gonna seriously frown upon you doing a racist impression like that. That's how I know this dude's homeless.
What up, Bob?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, Bob. So my fucking son today, I told you, I don't know if I told you, but in school he was wrestling around with one of his friends and the kid fell on accident and hit his head, got a concussion, right? He's okay. The parents are filing fucking charges. So now I got to go to fucking juvenile court. Have you ever heard some shit like that happening in your school?
Wait a minute. This is like the third incident with your son?
This is second. The first one was when he said the Swiss cheese thing,
Well,
right? And then this is the second where he was lifting a kid up from behind like this, like just picking him up. Then he let the kid go, and the kid's feet were only off the ground this much. For some reason, when the kid fell, he didn't brace his fall, and he hit his head. It was a total accident, though. Nobody thought it was on purpose. But the parents filed charges. Now I got to go to a fucking juvenile court. Have you ever heard some shit like that happen?
No, I haven't. Sounds like you need to move.
Welcome to Connecticut.
Man,
it's fucked up. The cop said it's probably going to be nothing, and we could even maybe prove it was a total act because the kid's trying to say he didn't give Leo permission to pick him up. And my son was like, nah, 2 other kids picked him up right before that. They were like, oh, can you pick this kid up? Let's see if you're strong enough. He wasn't.
Oh, you're just playing.
Yeah, he wasn't like, no, get off me. It wasn't nothing like that. So, whatever. Man. Yeah, I'm just making sure, like in your school. I mean, your school.
Nah.
But your high school.
It's high school. I mean, but they horse around, but nothing like that. No.
Some bullshit. I don't think Jersey would be like, get the fuck out of here with this shit. I know New York would.
Yeah, it's bringing charges on an accident like that. They weren't fighting or anything. I definitely. Yeah, if they brought the charges, I don't think the police would pursue it. Maybe they would bring you in, but that's where that sounds great. So you have to go to a court.
Yeah, we got to go to a juvenile court and go in front of a judge and explain what happened. And the judge can either sentence them to like therapy or some kind of, or just be like, nah, this was an accident. Get the fuck out of my face. Well, that's what the cops said. Like something like this, the worst he probably would get if they thought that he did it on purpose was like go see some counseling or something for your anger. So I don't even know. But it wasn't even I don't know.
Your son committed a Caitlin Clark.
Huh? Say what?
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, it's silly, man. It's just the whole thing is silly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Anyway, is today the last day of school for him?
Nah, last day was Friday. Last week they get out June like 15th.
Oh, when did this happen?
This happened the last fucking day of school. Right?
My last day of school is tomorrow, man. I tell the students, I'm like, don't come. They're gonna show up. But if they don't have, I would tell parents keep their kids home. Because last day of school, nothing.
Well, you know what happened?
Nobody does anything.
You know what happened?
So he might have to stay home.
He had just served the suspension for the Swiss cheese thing.
Oh yeah,
so he wanted to come in one last day, get his yearbook, like
see his friend. Yeah.
Well, it's funny what you said, because that's the first thing I said, Bob, to my wife. I'm like, we got to move. Like, we got to get the fuck out of here. I'll go to Jersey or Westchester or something.
Let me tell you what happened in my school. So this girl had to go on vacation, so the teacher let her take the exam, but he didn't check her close, so she takes her phone out and takes pictures of the exam, sends it to her friends. But here's the whole thing: the first girl who took the exam sent it to 5 girls. The first girl failed. She sent her friends a bunch of wrong answers. The friends take the answers. They don't look at the questions. They fill out the wrong answers. They fail, and they got in trouble for cheating because she answered some of the questions so poorly. The teacher's like, "Yo, How did y'all get the same wrong answers as her? The answers were so wrong that caught the teacher's attention. So not only they failed anyway because they copied her answers, and they got in trouble for cheating." I'm like,
Dumbass.
so we're like, why did they look at the question like, "Yo, this math's not right"? They literally just took what she wrote and copied it.
They thought it was going to be
It's
right,
like,
I guess.
yo, these kids, there's something wrong with them.
I'm
I'm like,
telling you.
yo, that's crazy.
I know.
I'm not copying off anybody, but if I was copying off of them, because she took it before the test, I'm gonna at least look at what she wrote and see if it's right. They just copy what she wrote,
Yeah.
and she got an F. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. They copied the girl's answers who had an F.
When I copied, the few times I did, it was somebody who I know was like nice with it, in that, who was getting A's and B's or whatever. A's, not B's. When I did,
Yeah,
I wasn't just,
it's unbelievable, man. I'm like, you can't be that stupid. You can't make this stuff up.
I know, right?
But
Hey, yeah, ain't nobody coming to South Bend. Go ahead.
but yeah, I'm still just trying to finish my grades. But yeah, you might be getting a message that you need to I don't know, maybe transfer them to a different school or move out of Connecticut.
But we're thinking of both. Yeah, we're waiting for some, our business sale to finalize, if and when it does, and then we might get the fuck out of here. This shit was, it was not a good, but whatever. I mean, I will say one thing. At least he learned a lesson, like, because in today's day and age, it's different. You got to keep your fucking hands to yourself because people are out of control, like the way they react to shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you gotta tell them that yeah.
And he's going through puberty. Like, middle school's a different beast. Those kids are out of control, all of them. So,
Yeah, what grade is he in?
6. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. I hated 6th grade,
uh,
so I get it. That's when your balls start dropping. It's confusing. It's confusing
see,
time.
at least all this stuff happened before high school.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was told by high school, the kids they say middle school is the worst for all, like any teachers or whatever. Middle school is the hardest kind of to deal with.
I'm gonna say the only good part is when the high schools I know, whatever happens in middle school, the high schools don't keep records of all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they were saying too, like, even if he did get in trouble, like, it gets erased when he's 18 because it's a juvenile. But I don't see
Oh,
him getting in trouble for something that's a fucking accident.
I mean, if they like your son got suspended in 6th grade, like our high school, man, we don't keep those records. Or if
But
they did anything in middle school, once they come to our school, we don't. Nobody cares. They don't have those. They don't have that on their record. So they
yeah,
get a fresh start. Anybody who's a freshman at our school, you got a fresh start. Even if whatever trouble you got in, doesn't matter. All that stuff, they
yeah.
don't even worry about any of that stuff. So, like I said, at least it's not high school. So but I don't see him getting any trouble for that.
I don't think so either, but it's just like, I don't want him thinking he's some kind of a fucking nut job. Like, first he gets suspended, now he's going to court. Like, that they get affected. But it's up to us, I guess,
Yeah,
to let him know that it's just an overreaction here.
yeah,
So,
but yeah, you gotta tell him. Honestly, you gotta tell him he can't play around.
he knows that. He felt really bad too. He felt really bad for the kid. You know what I mean? But whatever. Anyway, let's get back to.
You were saying you were talking about the Shakur fight.
Yeah, well, so Yayin and Alberto made a bet, right? So, I don't know if you're familiar, right? So if Shakur wins, Alberto will cam up. That's all he has to do. If Yayin, if Zapeda wins, Yayin will send Alberto $100. And if Alberto cams up, Clarissa said she would cam up if he does. So Shakur wins. We get Alberto and Clarissa coming on and saying hello to everybody. If Zapeda wins, Alberto gets $100. But now here's what Alberto did today. He was a bit of an Indian giver. He said, well, I heard that the ring is going to be smaller now. So I want more money or I'm not taking the bet.
Bigger ring.
What?
Bigger, excuse me. He heard the ring was going to be bigger, which the reason why that matters in his eyes, which I get sort of, although you shouldn't come back on a bet. I don't agree. It's because, it'll give Shakur more distance to run from Zapeda. So he said, I want more. So they agreed to bump it up to 200 with Vlog, aka E-Rock, throwing in an extra 50. That's how bad they want to see Alberto cam up, right?
Honestly, I think Zapeda, he has zero chance, so I wouldn't even worry about whatever it is. He's not going to win.
Yeah, you
He's
heard
not.
that?
The guy barely beat Tevin Farmer. Come on, let's be honest. He
Yo,
beat Tevin Farmer. He has no chance. Zero. Zapeda has zero chance of winning.
Gave him 10% chance. You give him zero.
Nah, I'm giving him zero. He's not going to land any punches. Shakur's going to be landing on him. And, yeah, he has no chance. So I wouldn't – you could bet him $1,000.
Oh,
He's
you're
not
right.
collecting. There's no
we
way.
We got to be specific because Alberto's like a lawyer. Alberto, you can't wear a ski mask. You have to you can't be like, I put my face in front. No, it has to be showing your face.
Yeah, I don't see Shakur losing. He's not going to hit him. Tevin Farmer was competitive with him. That's all you need to know. Tevin Farmer is competitive with Zapeda, then he has zero chance of being Shakur, so I wouldn't worry about it.
See, I don't agree with you guys. I do think Shakur's going to win, but I give it like 65-35 for Shakur. I don't think it's going to be I don't see it as such a blowout, but who knows? Because let's not forget, Zapeda's still a great fucking fighter, undefeated, high knockout ratio, even though his is more of kind of a cumulative damage thing.
Like Bob just said, he got dropped by Tevin Farmer. He's not that good.
Oh, that's right. Farmer dropped him, huh?
But you guys dismiss Farmer like if he's like levels below Shakur. I think Shakur is like a class above, but I don't put like Tevin Farmer as like a C class or D level fighter.
I mean, I think Farmer might be like a B level, but Shakur is A plus. So it's not. It's a total different atmosphere. I mean, Tevin Farmer was landing on Zapeda. You saw it. He heard him. He hurt Zapeda in both fights. Not that Shakur punches like that, but that just tells you Shakur's going to land on him. Does he hurt him? I don't know. He's going to land on him enough that Zapeda's going to be hesitant. He's not going to land. If Zapeda's been coming in there, I can throw 100 punches around. If he gets hesitant a little bit, he's going to hit air. He's hitting air with you.
Don't forget, against Farmer was having these weird, like, what do you call them? Outbursts of it looked like to me of the Tourette's where he just had his hands down. Do you guys remember that? It was just getting crazy. That was like what? So
I'm gonna say that he still ain't hurt Tevin Farmer though when he was doing all that.
Yes, and Farmer had his hands down, was like fucking having an attack or whatever you call it, an onset of the Tourette's. Hold on, let me hit this.
And I like Zapeda. I like Zapeda, but he's in with the wrong guy.
Real quick, Rob, appreciate you.
Thank you. Come again.
My boxing route Mount Rushmore. So that's 4, right? There's 4 people on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Could I do Roy all 4? No, I can't. Okay. So we'll do the first one. Is obviously Roy.
I must have forgot.
But this other thing, De La Hoya did
real quick, Bob. Let me just get that. Roy, Sugar Ray. No, Roy, Joe Louis, Sugar Ray Robinson. Who's the 4th? Fuck.
Mike Tyson.
Get the fuck out of here.
Marquez.
Terry Norris, like, ain't that your boy?
That's
Jack
not-
Johnson.
Nah, Terry, maybe. Terry Norris is kind of like Broner to me, like to you. Like, I know he's not the best, but I just really liked him. Roy, Sugar Ray, Joe Louis,
Ray Leonard.
Ray Leonard, or yeah, maybe Ray Leonard. Ray Leonard. I'll go with Ray Leonard. Yeah, I'll do that.
What's
I mean,
it supposed to be? The greatest of all time?
those are my Mount Rushmore. Like Willie Pep.
Oh, you're
has an
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, mine. Willie Pep has an argument. Jack Johnson has an argument for me. Floyd does have an argument. I mean, you can't argue. Floyd. He has an argument to be up there.
What the boxers? What about the boxers you have seen yourself, not past and all that? You've seen for yourself.
Oh, Roy. I've been, not only have I seen him on TV, but I've been to like 2 or 3 of Roy's fights live. Roy, easy.
You need 3 more.
For me, live, I saw Shane Mosley at 135. Man, Shane Mosley would destroy these guys. Now, was he on juice or whatever? I don't know. But Shane Mosley at 135,
It was
I don't think
unfair.
any of these guys could beat him.
It was
Nobody,
literally-
none of these 135 could beat him.
Yeah, it was unfair how good he was at 135. It wasn't even competitive. I did a
Yeah,
video
he
on
was-
him versus Golden Johnson, and wow, that was a systematic beatdown.
Yeah, he was.
What's that?
What about De La Hoya?
That's a good one.
De La Hoya was a really good fucking fight.
Yeah,
I think he doesn't get props because he narrowly lost to Floyd, but he was older, De La Hoya, and then Packett. Like he lost to these guys later in his career, but a welterweight of 140, 147, De La Hoya could have beat anybody on a given night.
I got 2 names for you.
Hey, one thing.
Go ahead. And he's asking you guys as well what your Mount Rushmores are.
Thank you. Come again.
You talking about me? Shane Mosley, James Toney. James Toney fought at 160 and he won the heavyweight championship. All of them failed with drugs, whatever. He destroyed John Ruiz. He destroyed Holyfield at heavyweight. He was fighting at 160. Bernard Hopkins, 50 years old, fighting in the ring.
Execution.
And I'll give Roy. But Bernard was great. I saw Bernard in Philly. Bernard Hopkins was an all-time great fighter. This guy was old man in the ring winning fights.
Yep.
Not running.
Yep.
Not running. Stand in front of guys at his age winning fights. So that would be my 4.
Okay. Go ahead, guys.
My 4 would be George Cooney.
Jerry Cooney.
Oh yeah, Jerry Cooney.
Really?
Yeah. Tommy Morrison, Jake Paul.
Oh, you're fucking trolling. That was like.
No.
You got a real 4 or no?
Yeah, I would say De La Hoya.
Okay.
Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes is a good one.
George Foreman.
Foreman, okay.
Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Give me Floyd.
Of course.
Hagler.
Ooh, I should have done Hagler maybe over Sugar Ray.
You're not gonna like this pick, Andre Ward, and
I mean, you can't really argue against it. The dude never lost.
gotta go, my boy AB.
No, you don't.
What? Oh my god, man,
Top
AB.
4 greatest AB.
Hey man, that's
who I think is great.
Put your picks, man.
Okay. Alberto.
Give me El Feroz, Fernando Vargas,
Oh, geez.
Oscar De La Hoya, Dinamita, Juan Manuel Marquez, and I really enjoyed Eric Morales too.
You just did all Mexicans.
I mean, I did all black fighters.
Hey man, get out the country, man. You did all Mexican.
Oh Jesus. Okay,
Damn,
Mo.
bro.
Thank you, David.
I think Mo's going to be more fair with his. I don't think he's going to do all black, all Hispanic. I think he's going to go. I did all black fighters too. I would put Chavez. It would have an argument to be up there of a Mexican fighter, in my opinion. Oh, Ricardo Lopez, of course.
Oh yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, those 2. Mo, you got anybody?
Yeah, I would say my Mount Rushmore would be Duran for starters. He was
Mm,
the greatest pressure fighter of all time, and not like pressure fighter like Pitbull or Zapeda, like these guys. No, no, no. This dude fought with such exquisite technique, bro. Just like everything off the jab, double jabs, feinting with every foot feints, leg feints, shoulder feints, head feints. Just an incredible, incredible talent. Um, my second pick would probably be Hagler because he was one of, if not maybe the most complete fighter of all time. I don't. There's very few fighters that I've ever watched film of where I'm like, damn,
absolutely.
like they can just do literally everything. They
Everything.
can
Yep.
slug, counterpunch, box. He could dance
Yep.
around the ring.
Yep.
He's a great
What's your four, Mo?
finisher. So Duran, Hagler, I'd probably say Holyfield because I'm like, dude, talk about a guy who delivered literally every time this dude got in the ring. Every single time. There is not a single one of his fights, in my opinion, that is not an absolute blockbuster,
Bullshit.
extraordinarily
Bullshit.
entertaining fight.
And let me say
Like
this.
which one?
I was at it
When he
live.
was old and washed? When he was old and
No,
washed? Come on, Marco.
I was at it live. No, Moore won. He didn't do shit. Now, he might have had a hole in his heart and whatever, but that was not a blockbuster. Moore
It
fucked him
doesn't
up.
matter. It was still an entertaining fight, Marco. Come on, you didn't think it was fucking cool to see Teddy Atlas blowing up on Moore in the corner? Like, come on, motherfucker! This guy's obviously something's wrong with him. Like, you got to go out there and get this.
Yeah, but
And Moore him just pushing Moore out there like a fucking crash dummy.
right.
Like this dude
But
had no heart.
But that has nothing
That's
to do
drama.
that has nothing to do with Holifield's performance. You're right. That was dope. But you're talking about Holifield's performance, and that fight was flat. But you're right. The majority of his fights were not like that.
No. And there was very obviously something wrong with him. I don't know what the fuck it was, if it was a broken heart or whatever the fuck, but it was, there was something wrong with him. I still thought he fought a great fight. And I had that fight, that fight, honestly, in my opinion, probably should have been a draw. I didn't think Moore did enough in that fight. But anyways, my last one is going to be very controversial. My last head on my Mount Rushmore
Bro,
is
spit it
Bud
out.
Crawford, man. This is Bud Crawford, dude. And he's not going to get the just due, and it's going to be the same thing like with Hagler. When Hagler was alive and he was fighting, bro, everybody was shitting on him, and they were saying the same things like, oh, he's bad for the sport. Oh, he doesn't draw a crowd. He can't sell pay-per-views. He can't do all this and that. And then what happens? As soon as this motherfucker retires and says, you know what? Fuck boxing. Fuck the fans. Fuck Sugar Ray Leonard. I give you motherfuckers everything, and you motherfuckers still aren't satisfied. And not only that, but you robbed me. And he said, fuck that shit. And what happened? As soon as he retired, first ballot Hall of Famer. As soon as they could put that motherfucker on the ballot, they made him a Hall of Famer. They gave him a fucking like some ESPN award or some shit. He was commentating. All right. But point being, Bud, in 40 years, they're gonna be singing his fucking praises, bro.
What if Canelo knocks Bud into the fifth dimension? Do you still put him there?
I do, yes, 100%, because that's happened to tons of fighters. It happened to Jose Napoli's, the same thing. He jumped up 2 weight classes, he got knocked the fuck out. Happened to Emil Griffith. Happened to tons of guys. Happened to Sugar Ray Robinson almost.
Well, Sugar Ray was winning. He collapsed from heat exhaustion, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, he was winning that fight.
But yeah, that's my top 4.
It was 105 degrees, and he was beating that dude, and then he just collapsed from being too tired.
Can we take half a guy? Can we take Money Mayweather? Sorry, not Money. Pretty Boy Floyd, not Money Mayweather. Pretty Boy Floyd was great. Money Mayweather, not so much.
He was great. He was just boring, right? Like great as if you win, right? And he was winning.
Yeah.
He was boring.
Pretty Boy fought everybody at those lighter weights. He was like, man, I remember he took Janelle Hernandez. He could fight, man. He tore him apart. He tore all those guys, but when he started making all that money, he's drawing his own legacy. Fighting Berto and all them other guys.
The Corrales fight.
Oh yeah, he destroyed Corrales.
That was his spotlight on the world. I mean, they were like, I thought Corrales was going to beat him. Corrales was 5'10", 5'11", knocking everybody out. Like, it was crazy. Hey, baby.
But yeah, I just Floyd, man, with that I don't know where he ended his career. Just, I
He
mean,
ended it.
honestly, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah, he's
How
fighting
he ended
John
it.
Gotti's grandson. Like, who the fuck does that?
Oh my
It's an
god.
Twice.
exhibition. It's not real.
Twice.
It's not real.
Yeah, but you gotta have some dignity, man. Like, what the
I'm
fuck?
saying, Marco, right now, if you could go fight an exhibition and get $2 million, you ain't gonna do it.
If I made $1 billion in my career and I'm considered one
I'm
of the
saying,
greatest,
I'm
no.
saying,
Let me answer the
$2 million.
question. If I made $1 billion and I'm considered one of the greatest fighters to ever walk the earth, no, I sure as fuck wouldn't do that. There's a lot of other ways you can
Sound
make that.
crazy.
You right though. When you put it like that,
I
in a
mean,
way,
yeah, because that's the problem. People look at it through their eyes. We're not billionaires. We're not boxing legends. We're
Yeah.
normal people.
yeah, you're right.
Nah, but
You're right.
Marco,
It's like a legend
they
for
said Floyd.
the NBA going to the big three. That's how
You
that
know
would
what
be
I was saying?
embarrassing.
That's so funny you say that, Bob. I was saying that's like Michael Jordan coming on Nickelodeon and just playing random janitors one-on-one for money. Like,
Yeah.
that would look awful.
Yeah.
Yes. It
When you
would be
put it like
embarrassing.
Yeah,
But they
it would
said
be
Floyd ran through the money, Marco.
I think he ran through the money too, but people get all offended by that sometimes. And I don't know for sure, but all I know is those exhibitions he's doing and how he gambles so much. Because gambling, this is a statistical fact. It always wins in the long run. When you gamble heavily, you're always going to come out on the bottom.
facts.
And you know what I'm saying? So, but we don't know. I don't know. Then there was a thing where he bought those buildings, but it turns out that they weren't really. He didn't buy. All I know is when he fought
That's
Logan
business.
Paul, I was like, that's when it first hit me. I was okay with the first couple exhibitions, but when he fought Logan Paul, I'm like, why the fuck are you fighting a dude who's almost 100 pounds heavier than you, who swings like an overgrown toddler? Like, what are you doing here?
So do you feel like Tyson ruined his legacy as well?
No, because it was
Of
one.
course.
It was one fight. Like when Floyd did the first couple, I'm like, okay.
It wasn't even as real as Mayweather's exhibitions. He was 60 and they went out there and soft sparred.
They soft sparred, right? And exactly. And Jake Paul at least was an actual boxer who is, he's albeit unexperienced and new, not John Gotti's grandson. Like, what?
Yeah,
the
that the John Gotti was bad.
twice. Not only once, they did it twice.
Yeah, he
Like,
doubled back because he made a good money this first time.
I
Look
would
what David
respect
said
him.
though. He said Marco hates Floyd, and we know
I don't
why.
hate Floyd. Floyd's one of the.
He
I
left.
would respect Floyd if he was honest with it. If he was like, you know what, I need the money. You know what I'm saying? My lifestyle is expensive to live. I would respect that, not acting like, I don't know.
He needs
Why
it
does
though,
he have
Marco.
to have? He doesn't have to have total disclosure.
He doesn't have to do anything, but for me, it makes his legacy and it makes the sport look horrible.
It would have looked better if like Marco said, if he came out and said that, because nobody knocks Ali. Ali did an exhibition at the end, and Ali took some fights he shouldn't have took, and we all knew it was because he didn't have money.
Exactly. And Ali, let's not forget, he took one exhibition. The rest
That's
were
what I said.
actual pro fights against that didn't he fight some guy, some Asian wrestler or some shit?
Something.
Yeah.
And
Again,
Marco,
to
the
me-
reason
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, the reason I brought up the big three. You see Dwight Howard fighting this weekend
Mm-hmm.
He's
I
in
see
the
fighting.
big three.
I see.
Yeah, he got to fight. That's what happens. And I'm not saying Dwight Howard. That's what happens when you go in the big three, Dwight Howard. That's why it's embarrassing. Yeah, he got in the big three and he got in a tussle with somebody. You'll find on YouTube, Marco. That's why it's embarrassing. That's why it's like Floyd fighting these janitors. It's embarrassing. You shouldn't even be there. And then you
I
end up
mean,
in a
he was-
situation
he was-
like that.
I wonder
Dwight
if
Howard was playing another.
they're all older players, and
Yeah,
you
I
got
was gonna say they are.
you got
NBA players.
Michael Beasley, you've got Mario Chalmers. That's a champion right there. You had all former champions advanced in age that can't play in the NBA. So they were quality opponents to each other. They just can't play in the NBA anymore.
Yeah.
This guy just said Michael Beasley is a bum. This dude's crazy.
Who said that?
Who said Michael Beasley? Put him in timeout or something.
Who said
This
that?
guy.
Hold
David.
up, gentlemen. Michael Beasley, one of the biggest disappointments. Drugs, all the other dumb stuff he did,
He was
all that stuff he
You can't
did.
deny his talent though.
He was a huge disappointment. Mario Chalmers, nobody knows who he is. He come in my high school. Nobody, not one player, nobody would know who he is. He's not.
Nobody
We're
knows
not
who
talking
he
about
is.
him. He's a
He
nobody.
won an
Keep it
NCAA
real.
No, he could ball.
and he won.
Nobody knows who Mario Chalmers is.
I
Let's
know
Doesn't
be
matter.
Mario
real.
Chalmers.
Everybody know he stepped to LeBron when LeBron was trying to punk him and he wasn't having it.
The rings is at
On
his
the
house.
sideline on national TV.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Somebody
he
said that they played
The
yeah, he
big
like
three is for
what?
a certain level of guys, not for no guys like Allen Iverson, not guys who were stars.
And it's
Mario
like,
Chalmers, yeah, he can go in there. Dwight
Yeah.
Howard shouldn't be in the big
see,
three.
guys, to me, it's
Dwight
not
Howard was a
about.
star.
To me, guys, it's not about in terms of the boxing. It's not about having fights and exhibitions. I'm okay with that. It's about who you're fighting. Like
Yeah.
I just heard Pacquiao and Mosley are going to have an exhibition.
That's cool.
That's
I
cool.
like that. I like that better than Barrios. I like that better than the Barrios fight.
Yeah, why not? Well,
I like
but the Barrios fight, Mikhail, I like because he's going for legacy. That's for a belt. That's
No,
for-
I'm not mad at Pacquiao. I'm mad at Barrios.
right. Okay, but that I understand. But like, to me, it's not about that you're fighting. It's about who you're fighting. Because at some point, it's like, what's this shit? What are they going to show this on Nickelodeon, Nick at Night? Like, who's going to watch it?
I mean, at some point it's WWE or you get the Tyson situation where they're soft sparring.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Well,
not a fight.
yeah, they were soft sparring. Like anybody, people say, was it fic? Was it scripted? I mean,
I wouldn't say scripted, but I think they had an agreement. It was, we were only going to go so hard.
but that's a script then, Mikhail. That is a script. It might be
they
a very
weren't-
small one, but it's a
Yeah,
script.
they weren't fighting; they were sparring.
Right. Boxing is about you take the other guy out at all costs.
Yep.
Any
That's right.
agreements before that. You're right. It was sparring. It's like, you know what?
Sparring.
I'm gonna touch you. If I hurt you, I'm gonna step back.
Yep, it's sparring. It was sparring.
It
I
was
watched
sparring.
it.
Yep. Absolutely. I tell people that. And I give Jake props, but I don't think Jake did it because he's a good guy. I think he didn't want to be hated if he fucked Mike up.
No, I think that I think originally they probably were going to try to fight, but you remember when Mike was on that plane and he had that health scare?
Yeah, he had an ulcer. He had a bleeding ulcer.
Like I think that there was more going on than that, and they didn't want to put Mike at risk. He was too old, and they didn't want to put him at risk, so they just came up with an agreement. Hey, we'll still put the fight on. We'll just go out there and fucking spar.
And let's be honest, his knee was clearly fucked up.
It was through. He couldn't move.
Clearly, because why I chose Mike was because he fought Roy Jones 4 years earlier. He didn't look anything like that.
No, he was hurt. He wasn't the same guy.
Fucked. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Roy Jones fight was a fight. I like that fight.
Well, that was sparring too a little because Mike wasn't really going to the head as much as he could have.
Yeah, I mean, I think they both had an agreement as well. So sparring again.
Yeah, go light. Yeah. But that don't forget too that served a whole different purpose. That was in COVID times. We were all thirsty, starving for some entertainment.
And I feel like with two older guys, you know what I'm saying? And then it was just kind of the two names. Okay, let's see how it would have kind of looked. I wasn't as mad at that. Like, okay, we kind of seen how it would have kind of looked, and they didn't try to kill each other. Okay.
Right.
And they're two older guys, though. You know what I mean? So it's
man, I wish they would have fought back like right after Roy fought Ruiz. He was talking about fighting Mike. That would have been dope. But
I don't think Mike was in a place in his head that he could have fought.
Yeah. No, that's true. I don't even remember what was that. That was in 2000 and
it was
3.
Yeah. Mike was still using drugs, all types of shit.
Was he even fighting in 2003? When was
No.
that? When was that?
Didn't he
loss?
fight? He fought.
It was like the
somebody.
03, 04, and he wasn't fighting. He was partying. He was off the rails. He was like in Vegas all the time and showing up to fights drunk and high.
He lost. When did he lose to that the Irish dude? What the fuck's his name?
2002.
McBride, was it?
Yes. Yeah. That was
Yeah.
right around the same time. I think. Maybe not though.
It was very close. Like that was 2002 or 2003, and then I feel like I know for sure 2004 was when Roy was talking about. They were talking about putting the fight on.
Yeah. That, I mean, I don't know. I think a prime Mike Tyson fucks Roy up only because
Roy's not a heavyweight.
No, but what Roy had, the advantage would be speed, but Mike is the fastest heavyweight I've ever seen with his feet and his hands.
Feet, head, and hands.
All of it. Head movement.
They're all moving.
Yeah. So that would have negated Roy. So I think that, but Roy could have, I don't know, Roy against Holyfield maybe? What do you think would have happened? Prime?
Roy against Holyfield.
98, 99 Roy. against
Holyfield wins that. He's too
Hands
too
down.
big.
Too big. Roy didn't.
He
Roy
just hard.
didn't. His body didn't like. He kind of grew into where he was kind of a small heavyweight, but it didn't do that until in those 2000s. In the 90s, he was just
Because
That's true.
Holyfield's gonna take those punches. He gonna walk through Hall Roy. He gonna walk through those punches. You know Holyfield could take all them punches back in the day, and Roy wouldn't be able to hurt him, and he would just stay
Hold it.
close to him and do enough damage.
Hold it down for me, guys. I'm gonna step away. Keep talking though.
yeah. Holyfield definitely had a chin. He wouldn't have been able to hurt him.
Yeah, Prime Holyfield, yeah, his chin was granite. I mean, he got worn down, but nah, Roy, no way Roy beats him.
No,
He's walking through all that. So
it's just he's too big. He's too
Why
big.
does
I mean,
Marco like him so much?
I was just. It's crazy because I just got done working out and I was watching some Roy as I was shadow boxing and jumping rope. I mean, he was like awkward and super athletic, and he was like super entertaining to watch fight. You know what I mean? He didn't fight the best guys. He didn't have like the craziest resume. He kind of had up and down, but I mean, it was an entertaining fight style. He was doing stuff we never seen before. Triple left hook and then a right hand. Like
Who's this,
I
Roy?
never seen anybody. Yeah, I never seen anybody do that in a real fight.
Nah, never.
I mean,
Never.
Roy was special. Like I'm just going back on this. I remember first time I saw Allen Iverson, I was like, yo, wow, yo, this guy, man. I like Allen Iverson. First time I saw him, like I'm not only one, but Roy's the same thing. You saw him once, and you're like, man, this guy is different and special.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what you liked about him. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why like I watched Devin Haney. I'm like, what these guys talking about? I don't see nothing special. That's what
I
some of
don't
these
either.
guys they're like Devin Haney. I'm like, there's nothing special about this guy. I don't see it.
I think
I
he's
don't.
just a good technical boxer, just like a good, well trained, a good amateur background boxer.
I agree.
I don't know if he has like that dog in him, like a fight in him.
He's a very good fighter, but special is a whole different thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like to me, I see Abdullah Mason. I think Mason's special.
Me too.
Me, I don't know. I'm like, yo,
Yes.
that guy is special, and there's a difference. And that's the guys. Honestly, I like the guys who are special.
Boots
I
I
too.
like guys who are different.
Boots too.
Marco, I just seen this was like a couple months ago. I had to go to Cleveland to train at this gym called Voltage, and his little brother was in there. He wasn't actually training, but he popped in the gym. It was crazy.
Who's this?
Abdullah, his frame is huge, bro. He's gonna end up filling all the way up to 147. I'm telling you. I seen him up.
Abdullah was there.
Yeah, I seen him up close. Like he wasn't training, but I just seen him up close. You know, you see somebody on TV or whatever, you see him in video.
Right.
But when you see him up close and you see their frame, like he's a young dude, he's just making 135.
How tall was he?
About almost it looked like almost close to 5'10", maybe five, like a little under like 5'9", but a tall 5'9".
Okay.
So like, and he can still grow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, what is he? 20? 21?
It's like 20 or 21.
Yeah, he's young.
So he can still grow a little bit and fill out even more. But the frame, like you know how you look at the bone structure, like he's gonna be a 147 pounder. He's just making 135 right now. Like he was walking around. He was at walk around weight, bro. It was easily 155, 160 pounds, easily.
Yeah, these guys all
Easy.
are way
He
heavier.
was huge, bro. He was easy like 155, 160. I'm like, hell no. He's making 135,
What do you walk around at?
like 145, 147,
And you fight at what? 35?
35, 32.
Damn, that's kind of hard. No.
Mm-mm. It's just diet. Like right now, I'm not on a diet, so I'm like 145, and I'm eating whatever I want to eat. I got a super high metabolism, even at 30-some years old.
Okay.
So
How tall are you? You look tall.
I'm 5'9".
Oh, okay.
That's pretty tall for 132.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really tall for 132. That's why they're making me work on my jab a lot. I need to fight from the outside and make people work to get to me.
You do. You got to fight tall.
Yeah, I gotta fight tall.
You got to like.
These guys are actually smaller than me, and we think I might be able to get down to 126.
126.
I'm gonna try it one time and see what I do. Because then I can turn pro. I can turn pro at 126, but I'm gonna be huge.
Yeah, I want
You know-
I want you to work on dropping that right hand down.
Yeah,
Generate way more power that way, especially because you're going to be taller than all these guys.
Dude,
that's crazy. I just was working on that on the bag. I was telling them I was shadow boxing. I was watching Roy.
Mm-hmm.
You know how he used to step in with that 1-2, like slingshot that 2. Like he really stepped into it. That's I was working a little bit of that.
Yeah, you.
Really stepping into that too.
I learned that all punches thrown should be, you should finish with the punch downward because that snaps your shoulder and gets all your leverage behind it.
Okay.
All of them. Like you could throw if you look at Bud Crawford, every punch he throws, he's like, whoom, and he finishes this way, whoom. They come this way, then they finish twisting over. The straight right hand, boom, you're throwing it downwards.
Yeah.
Everything goes down except obviously a jab or an uppercut.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever sparred?
What's that?
Yeah.
Have y'all ever sparred?
Who?
Spar who?
You two.
No. I haven't sparred in like fucking 10 years. Where else?
I mean, yeah. I spar 3-4 times a week, but
You mean each other or you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
each
no.
other. Yeah.
No.
Nah, I'm shit. I'm like fucking 20 years older than him.
I'll be like I want to make it out there to New York. My grandma's out there and everything. If we could catch the mist, that'd be crazy.
Where is she?
She lives in Jamaica, Queens.
Yeah, I'll do the mitts for sure. Jamaica, that's dope. Yeah, anytime you come around, let me know. Yeah, no, I haven't sparred in, I want to say at least maybe even like 13 years now.
That's a long. You're done. That's a long time.
I don't want to. I stopped. Like I knew it was done for me when I would go to a gym and I would see a dude my weight. Like you probably do this. You see somebody.
That size him up instantly.
Yep. I don't.
Size him up.
The second I stopped giving a fuck, I knew I was done. I was like, oh, okay. Like I remember seeing a couple people and I'm watching. I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty good. Then it hit me. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even size him up. Like it gets you a little competitive, gets me a little jacked. You know, like oh, yeah, it didn't do that. So that's when I knew I was finished.
Yeah, I mean, like the other thing that bothers me a lot is like this weekend I'll have to. I'm just gonna be there to catch the mitts and warm him up. But one of the kids out of the gym's fighting. He's making his debut this weekend. But going to events where I'm not fighting gets on my last nerve. I want to get in the ring so bad. I'm like, bro, this is stupid. Why am I here and I'm not fighting?
Yo, David, we caught the mouse today. It got caught in a trap. It was a cute little field mouse, which I'm used to the city dirty ones, but we still got the little fucker out of the house. Yeah, a little mouse came in here.
You guys got like fields around you or something?
Nah, I don't. I mean, no, we're in the suburbs, but I guess those are more common.
It's just called a field mouse. Keep it as a hamster.
It looks like a hamster. It's a teeny we caught it in a trap, but it was shitting all over my cabinets, eating, So we had to get rid of it. We just caught it.
No, I didn't say that. I know what a field mouse is. I'm out here in the sticks in the country, so like we really got fields and field mice. Like so that's what I was asking.
I think any mouse that's outside of a big city, like the ones I grew up with were like what color are they? They're like almost black, dark brown.
Dark.
This one had like a hamster color, like light brown, little white belly. Like these.
That's a field mouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they look out here.
But they do the same shit as the city mice. They're not as aggressive though. City mice will chew through the wood. This motherfucker didn't even chew through plastic bags. He was just.
Oh, it will. You look. I'm telling you.
It was in the house for like a week. It didn't.
I get them sometimes. Especially the house across from me is under construction and stuff. And they come in and stuff. They can chew through. Don't take them lightly. Ain't Jerry. They'll chew through.
Where are you located again?
I'm in North Carolina.
North Carolina, right. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, man, you gotta be careful with the weight shit though, Mikhail, because you don't want to, drain yourself too much.
That's why I said I'm just gonna see if I can, like, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm making 132 easy.
Yeah,
I'm making 132 easy, and this is same day weigh-ins, bro. Like I'm making it. When I go into camp, like I'm about to have to fast and get down a little bit. I'll get down to like 138, and then by the week of the fight, I'm like at like 136, and I just lose the rest of it the week of the fight because you don't really do nothing the week of the fight. You don't train super crazy. You're just moving around and getting ready to fight. So I just lose that last little couple pounds, 4 pounds, and I'll go fight at 132. I'm doing it easy.
Just be careful, man. Be careful. Make sure you feel good.
I feel great.
Why do you want to fight at that low weight?
And I'm
My
hydrated
question.
because I'm small. I'm very, very small. Like I said, bone structure. I'm a little guy. It takes a lot for me to keep on weight, and it takes a lot for me to put on that muscle. So it's a lot easier to lose than it is to bulk up.
Okay. Well, you know your body.
Because I tried it the other way. I tried fighting at 47, and it was too much work. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm having to try to maintain muscle mass, and then when I'm getting my cardio, now I'm dipping down. Like I'm a little guy. It's like you know when Floyd tried to go to 54, right? He never made 54 because he's little.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like I'm that kind of a little guy. I just happen to be kind of tall. That's
Right.
it.
Right. Okay. Well, as long as you know your body, that's the most important thing.
Were all those Mayweather's little
Hey,
people?
What's that?
Were all the Mayweather's little people?
I believe so.
Hmm.
I mean, I think his uncle and his father were taller than him by a little bit, but they were all. I don't think any of them fought past
47.
147. Yeah.
So
Jeff,
see,
Yeah, none of the
Roger.
Mayweathers were big.
Yeah, they're not big. They're not big at all.
And that's the thing. Like my mom's like little and skinny, and my dad's a skinny guy. So I got it honest. Like I'm just not a big guy. And I've got brothers that are 6'3", 6'4", and they're huge, but
Damn.
I didn't get that. We got different dads, but I didn't get none of that.
Damn. That's crazy. But if do you have kids?
Yeah,
Yeah, they might get tall though, because it's in your DNA, so it might happen.
yeah. One of them. My second son, he's a little chunk, like, but the rest of them are all skinny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Shit. Johnny, I got KO under 7 for
y'all have
Norman.
a good afternoon, y'all. Y'all have a good one.
All right, man.
Sorry, so
Thanks for having me on, man.
Of
Thank you.
course, anytime. Peace.
KO under 7. I ain't gonna lie. I got Norman by decision. I feel like that. I feel like that's the best. That's the best bet out there because it's actually favoring a knockout.
Mm-hmm.
The plus money was plus money was with the decision.
Right.
And I think Sasaki is going to be a little bit tougher than people think. I think because we just don't know him. But I was actually watching a couple of his fights and some highlights and some training.
Uh-huh.
He's a power puncher. I just don't think he has a chin.
Mm.
But I mean, you get two power punchers, unless Norman, because Norman's kind of a boxer puncher. I can see him not just throwing reckless abandon. Like if he sees that he's punching and punching all right, I can see it being a decision.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see what happens.
I think it all depends on dude. I think if dude goes for broke, he might get knocked out. I don't think he's gonna go for broke because he's already been knocked out before. You know how that goes.
Yeah. He doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to get knocked out again, bro.
He doesn't want to risk that. Yeah.
I think if Norman catches him, because these are 47 pounders, it's not like they're heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? So I think if Norman catches him with that one, he's gonna make the business decision and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna survive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he catches him early, round 5, 6, 7, all right, I'm just gonna survive the next 5 rounds,
That makes sense.
and then it goes to decision.
I see it a little differently. I think this guy, he brought Norman over to Japan. This might be his last chance to ever win a title. He's not like he's that talented. I think he's gonna go for it. I think he's gonna get knocked out, but I think he's gonna fight and go all out, try and knock Norman out.
He might.
Might.
I could definitely see it going that way too. I really don't know. I
May
just
not work, but
I only like the decision because of the plus money. I'm about to try to convince one of my lady friends to this latest bet, we're gonna get rich, girl.
damn, you got it like that. Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. I ain't got no
It's funny,
no choice. My
my
fiance
son, he
left.
never bets wins or losses. Now he only bets like he does baseball, and he only bets like if guys gonna get 9 strikeouts or if guys gonna get 5 rebounds.
That's what I
He
bet.
never
Prop.
bets wins and losses. He only does uh prop bets if you want, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I do. I do the same thing. I'll go over to like the statistics and the analytics. I never really bet on who's gonna win or lose. I just see a guy. Okay, they messed up. I look for good bets. They messed up here. You know what I mean? And then I'll be like, okay, that's a good bet line, and he'll get over 9 rebounds. Boom, more or less. I'll go more or less points. Let's say if it's basketball, points, rebounds. Put a little parlay together. Put like $10 on it, and I could win 150, or I could tell her I'll give her $10 one day and probably never give it
Now,
to her.
now my son messed up. He was asking me about a fight, but I didn't know he was betting. I can't remember what it was, but I'm like, I think such and such is gonna win. So then the underdog won. He was like, man, if you had told me, but I was like, you never told me he was gonna bet. I would have told you bet the underdog. You just
Right.
asked me who's gonna win. I was like, I think such is gonna win. I didn't know you were trying to bet.
Yeah, you
So
gotta
I
you
would have
gotta
told him go with the underdog.
gotta distinguish because I like, for example, with the Crawford fight, I'm rooting for Crawford. But if I had to put my money somewhere, I would put my money on Canelo by decision.
Ooh. Well, just like you said about Abdullah, when I saw those guys in person, man, that made me change my whole shit up.
He's
I
big enough.
Crawford's definitely big enough.
But my thing is adjusting to the weight, though, bro. You know how like. Well, did you ever fight in different weights?
Well, I mean, I fought at 78 as an amateur when I was a little chubbier and younger.
Yeah,
But I fought heavy. I mean, I've sparred. Matter of fact, before I stopped sparring, the last like 3 or 4 people I was even sparring were all heavyweights. I used to like challenging myself. So yeah, I know what it feels like to go in there with guys who are significantly bigger.
I mean, I like sparring up, but I don't. I think they'll be the same size. I just think that Canelo's been at the weight. At different weights, you fight different. Like I'm a little guy. They're yeah, guys are punching, but you got to be special to be punching down here. Mostly guys are winning off of either decisions or attrition. You know what I'm saying? Wearing a guy down and beating him up. Like you get beat up down here at 130. You don't really get knocked out like that. Special guys can do it. The Gervonta Davis. You know what I'm saying? There's certain guys that have that type of pop. But because I spar mostly 147 guys, and there's not too many guys that when I go in the ring and actually fight, like they're not punching like that at 130. It's like, okay,
yeah.
I can take this.
That's why Gervonta is so popular, man. The knockouts bring the notoriety every time.
Because at 135, I'm not gonna lie, and that's where I think Abdullah Mason is special. I mean, he's gonna outgrow the weight class, but he's got pop.
Yeah, he can punch.
Sure,
he reminds me of Boots. Boots and him, I believe, fight very similar.
Yes, that forward, aggressive, just punching like mean,
slick, like waist movement.
Yeah, they got slick movement, but they're mean, like, and they can box. But that's where I just really get worried about Abdullah Mason because I'm like, don't fall in love with the 2 knockdowns. Like, I'm not worried about him being chinny. I'm worried about decision making. Like, bro, you were jumping in with reckless abandon and really you got put on your butt because you didn't see the punch coming because you just felt like you were punching like that and that you were ragdolling him and he threw a get up off me punch and you got caught with it. Like, you know what I mean? And then that's why he was getting up like, I'm fine. And then you go rush right back in and get caught with it again. Like, dude, have some, or like when Boots the same way, but not as bad. But when he was fighting the Karen dude, like the second fight, it was like you could tell he was trying to, the punches weren't hurting him. So he's like, I'm about to press and try to get him out of here. And you're taking it just doesn't look good taking all those hits in the process. Like, yeah, they're like both that ultra aggressive. And it just, but that's, I had to learn that in my last fight. Like the third round, I seen dude wasn't punching like that. And so I was trying to bully him, but it would have worked if we were fighting pro. It didn't work in that sense because, like you said, if they just touch you, it doesn't matter that I'm driving him back and I'm popping him, you know what I'm saying, with hard stuff. He's touching me as well as I'm coming in, and they edged it his way. You know what I mean?
I hate the amateurs. Hate them.
When in all reality, even in the last frame, you know what I'm saying, the last little 5 seconds, I've got him on the ropes. I'm not gonna lie, I was getting tired too because I was just going all out. I was trying to leave my tank empty. We got seconds left because I heard the clap and I got him up against the ropes, boom, popping him. Like, you know what I mean? He's blocking some of it, he's getting out of the way of some of it, but I'm just going, just volume. I'm like, how do you not edge that out?
Yeah, I hate the amateurs. Yeah, you should try to turn pro as fast as you can if that's what you want to do. No,
I am. I'm just trying to get everything dialed in for real. It's putting the team together and making sure that I'm polished. You know what I mean? Because it's little dumb stuff that I'm doing wrong, like just very amateurish shit. So that's why it's like I gotta polish that stuff up and use these amateur fights to do it in. Yeah, not knowing when to go to power and like when to be on speed. You know what I mean? It's just like the timing aspect of it. I got pop, but I don't know when to use it.
Always. Always.
That's just the reality of it.
You know my theory. Every punch should be as hard as fast as you could throw it. And if you keep doing that, you won't get tired because your body will get accustomed to it.
Yeah.
Why would unless it's part of a strategy, sometimes the dudes will come out and they'll throw a couple weak ones to make the guy think that you're something that they could take. And then you hit them.
So the way that they've been kind of training me right now with the guys I'm with is set it up. Just set up your power, basically. You know what I mean? Like set it up, get into your rhythm, but mostly with the jab. So it's pretty much what you're saying. Because everything else that I throw, in a jab's not a power punch. So yeah, everything else I'm throw, they say bad intentions, but
all of it.
They just want me to jab. But the thing is, I want to add the shotgun jab because I have a good jab, and I feel like if I can use the jab as a weapon too, that'll really be an advantage in my boxing.
Also, a very easy thing to do is to go low and punch high. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, go down, like go to the body with the one, come up with the two.
Or don't even throw the punch. Go low and boom up top. So bring your body low, and then the guy's but you're coming up top like this with the shot.
So don't even bring the jab out. Just feint it hard down low and then come over the top.
Because they're just going to see your body coming low, and they're either going to cover up or try and swing at you coming in. But then you're going to crack them because they don't see this shit coming up top. It's such an easy trap to set. Then you could also do the tap downstairs and then boom up top it all depends.
Like I've got a really good stab jab to the body. I get it off every fight, every spar. Like it's just a go-to. And so I know that off of that, if that feint will definitely work.
Yeah, no,
they're gonna believe it for sure.
The stab jab to the body is good. You do that a couple times, get them accustomed to you going, and then you come up top. Those are easy traps to set, or you set traps of pattern. You set pattern traps. So you do a 1-2 from the outside, circle, another 1-2 from the outside, circle, do a third 1-2 from the outside, circle, all the same way. And then they're going to think you're going to do that the fourth time, and instead you mix it up. You hit them with
2-3. I come with the lead right hand and the hook.
Yes, whatever it is, but you establish the pattern traps. Those are big ones. And you can even throw when you're doing those could be weak too. So the person's like, oh, this ain't shit. You know what I mean? And then when you come with the lead right and left hook, really
sit down on it.
Yeah. Those are all good traps. There's a lot of little traps, and also, traps also are dependent on who's in front of you.
Yeah.
Like I remember sparring a guy who I would throw my 1-2 and it was a shotgun, right? But he would block like this, literally like this.
What?
But so it would catch my straight, because usually the straight hand is going to get through the normal stance, which is here.
Yeah.
So there's a hole here. He would block like this. So what I do?
Go with the 3 around it.
I threw a tap jab and then I hooked off it, or I threw a light straight right and then I put the hook around it was hard because I knew this was all open because he does this, and he didn't adjust the whole spar, and I kept doing that, and he didn't figure out maybe I should put my hands here. I was hitting him with the hook or the right hook. You could throw the jab and then hit him with the fucking, as long as there was a hook around this.
Yep.
Because it threw me off at first. I'm like, most people don't block my straight right because it was fast, but he was just quick twitch, boom. And with those big sparring gloves, it just covers everything.
It covers everything. It's like a shield in there.
So you read what they're doing. You know what I mean?
I got another question for you. So the first time you fought with 8-ounce gloves, like
10. I was a middleweight, so.
Oh, you 10.
Super.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I was good after the first round. That first round, I never sparred in 8-ounce gloves before. Like
you were sparring or you were fighting?
I was fighting, and I didn't know that there was
one
going
of
to
those like tough man shits.
No, it was USA.
In elite boxing's in 8-ounce gloves.
In elite, we can wear 8 ounces. It's in the showcases. It's up to the coaches. It's like whatever they agree on.
Headgear?
Yeah, we had headgear on.
Okay, so what's the question?
No, just like how did it take time to kind of adjust getting used to the 8 ounces? But you didn't have to get used to 8 ounces.
Well, I had to get used to 10 because you're sparring in 16s, 18s, or 20s. So
yeah,
10
I've already got used to the 10s, kind of.
I loved it because it made my hands feel like feathers.
Yeah.
And made the punch like I'm feeling it land more because there's less cushioning. I'm made me feel like Superman actually.
Well, one thing that I did have to adjust though was I had to start like doing the, when it gets close to fight time, doing the mitts in the actual ounce gloves that I'm gonna wear just for the timing, because going from like 16 all the way to 8 like was like threw me off just a little bit.
That's why I've always said this for years. I think sparring gloves being so much bigger are actually a detriment. I think they cause more brain damage. And they're not realistic because they don't prepare you for actually fighting. The only because I said this, right? You probably heard it, but it's physics. If I hit you with this empty can of soda, that's not going to hurt as much as if I drop this full can of soda on you because this weighs more. So it's the same thing. It's physics. 10 pounds is going to hurt less than 20 pounds. 10 ounces is going to hurt less than fucking 20 ounces, right? Brain damage wise.
Yeah.
But the one thing it does do defensively, as we were talking about, those big gloves they're able to cover more circumference and protect you better.
I think they just wanted to protect our hands for real, so we don't break our hands going into fights.
I'm telling you, I yes, but I also think it's a misconception that people believe that it's more of it's a more pillowy fist, so it's going to hurt.
Because the thing is this, that's what I said. It's an adjustment. So when I'm throwing with an 8-ounce glove, it's like I'm almost punching you bare. It's like I'm fighting. Like I don't like bare knuckle. Like I don't have gloves on for real. Like there's a little weight there, but that's what it feels. That's how I punch with the 8-ounce glove. With the 16, it's like I'm whipping it thing because it's got weight at the end of it. So I can whip the punch like boom and make it hard by just using the weight of the glove.
There you go. And you've been hit by both, right? You've been hit by 8.
Yeah.
To me, tell me if you agree. An 18 or 20 feels like a cinder block. An 8. It's a different type of impact. So it feels more blunt, like douche, as opposed to just like a snap.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's like okay, the 16-ounce feels like a battering ram, and
there you go.
And the 8-ounce, it's just like a pop. It's just like boom,
or like a brick, like a rock.
Yeah. It's just got a different pop to it, like a different speed, and it just pop. And then once I felt it, like he caught me with a clean right hand, and then I blocked the 3. And once I felt it, like boom, I came back and hit him. Boom, boom. We exchanged punches, but he did win the exchange because he hit me 3 times. I hit him twice.
But that's the point. It feels.
I was like, okay, I'm good.
It feels like a battering ram because you're getting hit with a bigger, heavier object, and bigger, heavier object is going to smash your brain against your skull way more effectively than a smaller, lighter object. I think that's why I don't get when people argue with me like, nah, the bigger gloves are better. I'm like, nah, the headgear, okay, headgear works a little. It stops cuts, and it also, the cushioning.
It works a little.
Well, it doesn't work that much because
that's what I'm saying. That's what people don't understand, bro. Keyword on lip. Like I just sparred to get this kid ready, and I wasn't like, bro, I'm overweight, and I'm like, I haven't been training the last couple of weeks, so I just jumped in there. All right, whatever. My head was ringing. I have been punched in a couple of weeks. My head was ringing. I'm like, dude, this kid.
Yeah, nah, for sure. You gotta fucking be careful.
No, I was good. It just was like getting back adjusted to it. Like, like okay,
yeah, I feel
that's how your head. You know how you get after a hard spar. You're like your head's a little.
Take a break. I would always do that. I wasn't playing that macho shit. They're like, "But see you tomorrow, sparring." I'm like, "Nope."
No, I ain't no sparring tomorrow. I take days off.
Hell yeah.
Every other day at the most, and that's a hectic week, and that only happens like once a camp.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. Yeah, you should. I mean, you're still learning, so for you, maybe it's not as bad. But once you get to the point where you feel like
yeah, I don't need to just
you don't want
take those hits. Well, they're not. And they're not all like okay. So out of 3 of them, I say 2 of them are probably hard spars, and the one is like more of a technical kind of spar. Like we're just moving around and like how you that spar that you watched like that. We weren't going crazy. You know what I mean?
Right. Nah, but Mo, headgear does absorb some of the punch because it's just it's like putting something there between your dome and the punch. It's gonna absorb some of the impact a little. So it does help a little, I agree, but it is tremendously helpful for cuts. But in terms
did you ever feel like this sparring without when I spar without the headgear, I feel like I'm able to brace a little bit better.
You see better. You see better.
Yeah, because I can see better. Like I feel like sometimes I get caught off guard because the headgear blinds that little spot.
Yep.
And so it'll be like boom, and it kind of like because I didn't get to really brace for it because I can't see with the headgear on.
Yep, absolutely,
I hate
absolutely.
that.
And the big gloves are fucking heavy. It's actually feels more liberating when you spar.
And then like blocking.
Uh-huh.
Like when I'm blocking and I don't have headgear on, I can actually block. When you got the headgear on, the headgear's here, the
Mhm.
gloves are here, and you
Yeah.
can't like really block.
Yeah. You can't put it around. Yeah, that's true. It's a good point. Well, I am going to wrap this up. I will be back on tonight. I will see you guys then. Appreciate you, Mikhail.
All right, bro.
All right, man. Peace out, everybody.